with a population of about 300 people in the 1800s, became America's second largest city less than 40 years later. The answer, like that old joke goes, location, location, location. Starting with the river itself, take a look over that river. Our tour today will give you a unique perspective on Chicago. We will talk about some of the historic, we'll learn about some of Chicago's famous nicknames. So let's start with one you probably engaged in the business of the day, technology. That's Apple Michigan Avenue. It's our Apple store. It was designed by the great British firm Foster & Partners. Chicago is home to so many of them. But now, if you look ahead to your right at this creamy white building with the surface of the wall to make it look like those limestone piers between the windows rise up uninterrupted. The unique shape of the building was dictated by a zoning ordinance of 1928 that required the buildings to set back as they rose upward so they didn't block all the light and air to the street below. You see that big spire up at the top was used to help guide pilots into Midway Airport. That's one of two airports here in Chicago. It's about a half-hour drive to our south. Any ideas? It's supposed to represent Chicago's many bridges and bridge houses, and the green glass underneath is supposed to represent the water itself. This building is another example of postmodern architecture, and it's displaying a characteristic we call contextual neighboring buildings. The curved green glass building right next door on the left, this is 333 West Wacker. The river has a gentle curve in it. A gentle curve that's echoed in the curve of the building itself. And the two colors of vehicles on board, no, that could be an exercise in futility. But you can see that there's a yellow bridge that goes right behind the building. That's why it's set up on a stone base. So those trains go right behind it. It was built in the days before sound deadening glass. So they put all the mechanicals behind the stone base.
She's Anna. She was in Germany, Stuttgart. Very nice lady.
Now if you look straight ahead at the silver glass, 500 semi-trailers to haul away all the matted horsehair and cork that had been used for insulation. Can you imagine how balconies? You'll see that the walls were more than 4 feet, more than a meter thick. Well, Harry Weiss must have really liked working on the Chicago River because he came back and designed this row of 4 triangular-shaped townhomes next on your left. These are the river cottages, designed by Weiss and completed in 1988. That unusual shape is because he was an avid sailor and he often used triangles.